Hey guys, John Loxley here, back with our playthrough of Dungeon Siege 3. Alright, Tumbledown Court. Let's,
I don't think this court will last much longer, dear. Do you?
You sound like you're not worried.
We shall never abandon Queen Roslyn. Not that we have anywhere else to go.
Fair enough.
I cannot believe the royal court has come to this.
Indeed. Let's check this little area. This is a report from a royalist agent in the east. Your Majesty, at your request, our spies continue to hunt for information about Jane Cassinder. We have learned little more than we already know. Oh, there goes Jack. As a child, Jane was a ward of the church, a common story for many orphans, and also for bastard children of the noble class. She spent her early years in Bisselberg at an Azonite school. By all accounts, she excelled in her studies and was believed to be possessed of an otherworldly power, a sign of favor from Azonai, the priests claimed. Of her handmaids, we also know little, but we did uncover one intriguing fact. We managed to find an elderly woman who once resided in Bisselberg, not far from the school where Jane grew up. She claims to have seen several of Jane's handmaids on the grounds of the school. This was many years ago when Jane was only a child, but her handmaids look just as they do now, suggesting they have not aged at all in over 40 years. This strengthens my own controversial belief that they are archons, though their interest in protecting Jane Cassinder is still a mystery to me. Perhaps the best-loved monarch in Ebb's later history was King Conrad, whose reign was interrupted by the Sec resurgence. Conrad was taken captive by the Sec and imprisoned in Castle Ebb until he was freed by the heroes. His health declined sharply after the Sec were destroyed, probably due to the torture that he suffered at their hands, but he signed a treaty with the goblins shortly before his death, granting them full rights as citizens and setting the stage for the prosperity of the Goblin Renaissance. A golden age followed, lasting several generations until the reign of King Hendrik. Regarded as vigorous and handsome in his early years, Hendrik became increasingly bitter and paranoid with age. He grew particularly suspicious of the Legion, and he began to seize their chapter houses and estates. Shortly thereafter, King Hendrik was found dead, the Legion was blamed, and the kingdom collapsed into civil war. Hendrik had two sons. The younger, Nederic, disappeared on a diplomatic mission to the ice giant king of Utrea. The elder, Roland, was killed in the siege of Glaciern. That leaves Roland's daughter, Roslyn, as the sole surviving heir to Ebb's throne. So she actually is the queen. Wait, Roland's daughter. No, so she's the niece. Okay. Deed gained, lore master. Oh, let's move the mouse out of the way. Lore master. Thanks to your thorough exploration of Ebb, you have uncovered 60 lore entries in the game. +4 will.
Is it true? Are you really from the 10th Legion?
Yes. This appears to be a report from a royalist spy. Some 20 years ago, when Jane Cassinder had finally consolidated her power over the Azonite Church, she dispatched a small army of stonemasons to the holy mountain of Jereb. There they began construction of a new stronghold and cathedral, the Spire of Azunai. Today, construction work on the spire reportedly continues, but the great fortress is essentially complete. It stands atop Mount Jereb, with the seminary town of Aegis, or Aegis, depending on how you want to pronounce it, Aegis Bay at the base of the mountain, far below. None but officials and soldiers of the church are permitted to enter, but its walls are strong and is said to be defended by heavy cannons. Sorry about the yawning. It's getting late again. And I've been working. It's been a long week. According to our sources in the east, Jane Cassinder has convinced the church hierarchs to relocate their capital to the Spire, far from the distractions of Bisselberg, the traditional seat of the faith. This may be an attempt by Jane Cassinder to further isolate moderate factions of the church, and to surround herself with her most ardent and fundamentalist supporters. Jane is said to dwell in the uppermost reaches of the spire along with her mysterious handmaids, about whom we still know very little. I know.
Queen Roslyn had a dozen maids in Glayson, but we are all that's left.
Were they killed?
My lands, my fortune, even my sons. Jane Cassinda took them all from me.
Sounds like Odo. I mean, it's the same voice actor. The royalist supplies are nearly exhausted. They clearly cannot survive a prolonged siege if Jane Cassinda's army attempts to starve them out. Yeah, it's rough.
I worry about my husband in these drafty caverns. He'll catch his death.
It's possible. This text chronicles important events in Ebb's 450-year history. 845, Kingdom of Ebb is founded by the 10th Legion. 1144, Sec Resurgence. The evil Sec escape their prison in the Chamber of Stars and lay waste to the kingdom. They are defeated by the heroes, who slay their demigod king. 1145, the leader of the heroes, a simple farm girl, is granted a noble title by King Conrad and becomes the first Lady Malt Baron. 1154, King Conrad signs a treaty with the goblins. Mayor Ketzler of Stonebridge invites goblins to settle in his city. 1175, excavation of Great Foundry begins in Stonebridge, beginning of Goblin Renaissance. 1192, following the death of Lady Montbaron, the hero's crypt is constructed in Rukenval. 1220, death of Glorin the Dwarf, last hero of the Sec Resurgence. 1264, death of King Hendrik under mysterious circumstances. Jane Cassinda places blame upon the Legion and begins to rally the people against them. And that was 30 years ago. 1265, fall of the 10th Legion. 1266, war erupts between the royal princes and Jane Cassinda. Kingdom of Ebb collapses. Meisters take power in Stonebridge. 1294, present day. There you go.
Too old to fight, they told me. Ah!
Well, the fabric on this bed exemplifies the present condition of the Queen's court, regal in design and constructed of fine materials, but fraying at the edges and fading from wear. This bedding, like all the remaining possessions of the old court, is maintained with a quiet dignity. Basically, yes. Let me just save real fast. We're going to save over our last thing, so we get the lore entries. Now let's go talk to the Queen.
I can scarce believe my eyes. Queen Roslyn, these are our friends from the swamp, the ones who helped us escape.
You!
You couldn't know them, my queen. Perhaps you saw their kinsmen in a painting, so they only seem familiar.
I saw you in the Moonweald, when you spoke to the golden-haired child. Was it only a dream, or were you really there?
Aha! Aha!
You saw me, Your Majesty, but I didn't see you. Were you watching from afar?
I had no sense of my own place. I seemed to be watching from above. But I heard the child's words as if I was standing at your side. I've met the child before, but only in dreams. 3 nights ago, I saw him again. The child said that Jane and her army were near. That's why I told Lord Devonsey to collapse the front gate.
Did the child say anything more?
Only that help was coming. 3 days after the siege began.
Jane was clever this time. She traveled only by night, and she kept her army small and silent. We would never have been ready if the Queen hadn't warned us.
You said that you've met the child more than once?
The first time was the night my father was killed, and we fled his court in Glayson.
It was Her Majesty's dream that led us safely here. She kept her calm. So young, but very much a queen.
Every time Jane comes close to catching us, the child warns me and we escape. It's happened twice more since Glayson.
it's interesting because the child is, he supports the Legion. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I think I have, but I suspect it's never confirmed as far as I'm aware, but I would wager the child is Azunai. So if that's true, it's kind of interesting that the child is the god that Jane worships, and he hasn't chosen her. Kind of interesting. I mean, I could be wrong,
Your Majesty, I was sent here to find you. The Legion seeks an alliance with the royal court.
An alliance? I'm not sure the Queen is ready to take such a radical step.
Am I not? My father refused to reconcile with the Legion. He kept his pride and lost himself a kingdom. If not for these Legionnaires, you would still be trapped in the swamp, and I would be at Jane Cassinda's mercy. For that alone, I trust them.
This is not a matter of trust, Your Majesty, but of appearances. The Legion murdered your grandfather.
So I have multiple options. I'm gonna say that's a lie and hope Angeli is good. Hopefully we get the gain. It doesn't quite matter, but,
The Legion murdered no one. You were a Legionnaire yourself. You should know.
Are you so sure you know the truth? Were you there? Were you privy to the Grand Master's council, as I was?
I'll hear no more talk of my grandfather's murder. Whatever the truth may be, these Legionnaires are our guests and our friends.
The signal? So soon? Jane moved faster than we thought. We're not ready to repel her.
Jane and her army found a way into the mines?
2 ways, actually. We collapsed the main entrance, but we didn't have time to seal the others. She's attacking all the breaches at once. Must be driving her people hard.
Give us your leave, and we'll help you defend this place.
A poor queen I should be if I refused the help of a friend. Lord Devonsey can tell you where you're needed most.
Jane's soldiers are pushing their way into the mining tunnels above and below us. I'd thought to collapse those tunnels more quickly, but my people are too few. We need to drive back the enemy soldiers, set black powder charges at each of the mining tunnels, and get out of the way before they collapse.
How many of your soldiers are left?
Just the few you saw in the swamp. Page boys and destitute lords, most of them.
That's really bad. That's really bad.
When the tunnels are sealed, is there any other way for Jane to get inside?
Only one. A half-finished tunnel at the base of the deep well. I'd hoped to seal all the entrances but that one. Force her to attack us there. But the present circumstances may work in our favor. The lower entrance won't seem so much like an obvious trap. Assuming, of course, that we can stop her forces in the mining tunnels.
No time to waste then. I'll head for the mining tunnels.
Roderick is my officer in charge. He's probably on his way to the tunnels.
And thank you. It means a great deal to have the Legion at my side.
Right on.
I see that everyone's been introduced.
Well, we gotta level up, but, now's as good a time as any. I guess we'll put into perpetual momentum generation. Nothing wrong with that. A little bit more focus. And still no, not yet. In which case, I guess we'll put it into this. Not really what I want to do, but,
Please.
Okay, let's see. Pillar of Fire. She's been using Pillar of Fire more, so... but that's still not great, to be honest. I'll just put it into fall from the heavens. And...
Legionnaire, come speak to me when you have a moment.
I have a moment right now.
Welcome to our home. Not the most lavish of courts, I'll admit, but it's not without a certain homely charm. Still, what little we do have is at risk. You know this all too well, I'm sure. The battle for this mountain will determine the Queen's future, but also at issue are the riches of the past, dwarven treasures that must be preserved.
What exactly are you trying to protect?
Geomantic artifacts are scattered throughout these mines. Tomes, devices, enchantments. And Painite. One of the rarest gems in all of Ebb. Key to the greatest accomplishments of geomancy.
I suppose I should have asked the other questions first. But, yeah, well, it's too late now. I guess I should have known.
Why is Painite so valuable?
Geomancers often used the term facilitator to describe substances that amplified the reach and flow of magic. Among their scholars, no facilitator was accorded higher value than Painite.
You want me to find some Painite, I assume?
Yes, you have a lodestar already, so you'll know how to use this. It's a lodestar that reacts to the presence of Painite. A dozen samples will be sufficient. I will greatly appreciate it if you bring them to me.
Okay, I can do this. I can ask these other questions now.
What do dwarven riches matter when the mountain is under siege?
I speak of geomancy. Lord Devonsey risked the lives of his men to save me, for I have the power to move Earth. My knowledge must be shared. Imagine what even a dozen men such as myself could do to shape a battlefield. If the dwarven geomages yet lived, against all their power and knowledge, Jane would have no hope of entering these mines.
You mean to use geomancy to fight Jane?
For now, yes. We are at war, and I will stand by my queen unto my dying breath. Someday, perhaps, such magic shall be harnessed to create wonders for all of humanity. But we live in a time when such thoughts are little more than idle folly.
No other royalists know the art?
Students need teachers, and I'm too busy studying the craft to teach it. Every day I learn something new, but I'm years away from being a capable instructor.
How did he learn? Well, then again, all they have are, page boys and destitute lords. I mean, they have some actual soldiers, but, very few.
Jane is still breaching tunnels. Can geomancy help us right now?
Of course. I still have a role to play in all this, when the time is right. Still, demanding as present needs are, we mustn't neglect the contribution of geomancy to a royalist future. The knowledge must be protected.
The floating stones I've seen. You're trying to protect things like that?
Levitating stones are but a trifle. Humble reminders of Glitterdelve's geomantic dependency. Floating stones, flowing water, even the giant fans. All would be impossible if not for the stone stream.
I've seen the stone stream and the swirling rocks, but what is it exactly?
Why, it's the dwarven geomage's crowning achievement. A stream of magic that flows through all of Glitterdelve. A perfect melding of magic, stone, and life. The very essence of geomancy. The lifeblood of the mines, you could say. I haven't the time to describe every particular. Suffice it to say that life in Glitterdelve would be impossible without it.
Those floating platforms are amazing. How do they work?
The very rock of the platforms is infused with geomantic energy, which the stone stream replenishes constantly. Were the stone stream to stop functioning, the platforms might follow suit weeks or days later, but no sooner.
But can the stone stream help us in battle?
Perhaps. Its effect is pervasive. We might be able to manipulate it to our advantage. Still, that would be a drastic course of action. For the time being, we must protect what we can.
Indeed.
I'd better head to the mining tunnels.
May the battle go well. Every second that Jane is held back could make the difference.
All right. And he's got a quest.
I've been instructed to sell you supplies at a steep discount. At a loss, to be honest. We'd give them away, but resources are scarce. Is there any chance you'll be going to the southern mines, perhaps? There's something very important you could accomplish there.
Tell us what you need. If it's as important as you say, we'll find the time.
Something valuable was left behind. A weapon of advanced make. Jane may have numbers, but she can't match the ingenuity of our weaponsmiths. The weapon is a rifle that can fire several shots before reloading. With it, a single soldier is more valuable than 10. The design hasn't been perfected yet, but we're close. When we fled from the Azanites, the rifle was left behind in a crystal cavern in the mines. We must recover it before Jane's men find it.
Where in the cavern is it exactly?
I don't know. It was hectic. We had to fall back immediately. I was in the middle of testing the weapon. I think I dropped it near a group of crystals, but that's all I can remember. I'm sorry.
We'll find it, don't worry.
We'll try to bring the rifle back to you.
Be careful. Those mines are probably swarming with Azanites now.
No problem. It's experience. Alright, yeah, so back to strike. And instead, we have the prototype and all that glitters. Let's do all that glitters first. Because we have to get, what did it say, 12? 10 or 12 things? I don't know. Punch rocks. So I like listening to all the dialogue and stuff. It's, you know, others might not, but I'm okay with it. Alright, so I'm going this way now. This is where those guys were blocking before. Punch the crystal. Yep, and there's
more of Jane's fanatics. They've broken through.
Wow, that is painful. On the plus side,
You are finished.
right on. Can I go this way? No. Not yet. We will be able to go that way, but not just yet. In the meantime,
Devonsey sent you to assist. That's welcome news. My men are stretched too thin. We haven't the manpower to contain all the breaches. These tunnels are already overrun.
You've seen what we're up against. What's our next move?
Collapse those tunnels straight away. We've got a breach at the ventilation shaft to the east. We brought black powder as quickly as we could to the opening, but we're still a few satchels short of what we need. You can find satchels in the mining tunnels. Grab them, make your way to the breach, and help us collapse it.
If these tunnels are overrun, I'll need to know more about the breach.
The ventilation shaft does lead to the outside, but it was made for the gases flowing through Glitterdelve, not us. Be careful over there. It's full of explosive vapors from deep inside the mine. Lots of spark fires, so watch your step.
No time to waste. I'll head for the breach now.
Very good. I'll head to the western tunnels to see how our men fare there. Good luck.
all right. Don't forget to punch all the rocks. And I'll save again. Yep, I mean, there you go. Well, there's the southern tunnels. And I was supposed to find something in the southern tunnels, but I don't remember what. Ow.
Die and be judged.
That's right. Die and be judged. So I don't remember if I ever talked about the like kind of the conclusion of the Civil War and stuff, like, because we talked about reconciliation and all that stuff as far as the the 10th Legion was concerned. But I mean, honestly, the biggest factor is time on healing a nation. Black powder satchel, 1 out of 4. That you probably explode. Well, see, I thought I targeted someone. But, I mean, so the biggest factor was time. Another issue or another benefit or whatever you want to call it was that, because, like, the South was basically destroyed. Oh, that was not good. I don't know what that was. This minecart is full of raw ore, a reminder that Glitterdale was once a place of industry, producing iron, coal, and precious gems for all of Western Ebb. The dwarves possessed advanced extraction techniques that are now lost with the extinction of their race. No good. But yeah, so the North, the Union, like, burned a lot of like all of the South's farmlands and stuff, so they were basically hurting. But after the war was over, northern people were like, hey, the South is really great as far as tourism. And so it became basically a tourist area. Just want to make sure I'm still in the southern tunnels, okay? But this one stops, so let's go this way first. Aha! Another satchel.
The odds are against us here.
Punch them! Well, at least it's hitting him, but still annoying. Ouch. Well, I'll take the healing from her thing at least. And let's see, I guess we'll hit this. Okay, that's good. I guess that's good. Sallet of Vitality. Yeah, so, I mean, it's not as glorious as it sounds, perhaps, the the fixing of the U.S. after the Civil War. I mean, I'm not super well versed in it. There's probably I'm certain there's a bunch of stuff that I'm missing.
Fight! Hold them back! Close. You go on ahead. We'll regroup here.
Works for me. You're by yourself, too. Oh no, there's two of them. Okay. Black powder satchel. But yeah, so we'll, you know, I don't know. Civil War is kind of interesting. I've been reading a little bit more about it lately, but there's just so much. There's so much that I don't know. There's so much that seems to be, you know, maybe rumor or just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of, I don't know. So, you know, I'm not an expert, but I'm looking more into it, I suppose. Hey there, friend. Oh, that's a Cyclops. I mean, obviously. Summon our little clone. Ouch. We'll just punch him a bunch. All right. And more good stuff. For Lucas, though, not for us. This portcullis may be raised with a nearby lever mechanism. It's on the other side. And look at all those guys. Well, see, we had to come this way anyway. There they are. I see they're... Ouch. Whoa, okay, well. Summon ourselves a little clone. Ouch. Actually, though, come to think of it, this thing gives you agility. So it might actually be super useful as far as getting extra... like, extra stuff. Steadfast Trousers of Rage. Yep. I'm trying to... I don't know. Just reminds me of Invader Zim. Like the whole Invader's blood marches through my veins like giant radioactive rubber pants. It was supposed to be ants originally, but pants is way better. Alright, we have all the black powder that we need, which is good. Okay, so... Oh, they're right. There they are. Ordinarily, these painite gems would be difficult to find, but the gems glow when the lodestar is near, making them easy to identify. With a few precise strokes, you are able to extract a good-sized gem. All right. That is ready. So then we're going to go this way. You were finished. Right on. Okay, where to? This way, presumably? Oh no, this way is that,
The rifle must have fallen among the crystals. If we shatter them, we will find it.
That's right. That's right.
Over there. Ready in the cabin.
Right.
The crystals will not protect us for long. And look, the noise has awakened more spiders.
More spiders. Indeed. Ouch. Yeah, see, the cannons are pretty freaking accurate, which is pretty amazing. So... Oh, hey. So basically, we're just gonna... Ouch. Wow.
I'm here.
Huh. I'm not dead then?
No.
Good.
We'll just, Man, it's bad. They do a lot of damage, and, so do the cannons. So basically you just want to, you know... Well, I'm still healing, so that's, you know, good. Alright, now I'm pretty sure it's down here. In fact, I think that's it right there. This unusual-looking gun must be Bartholomew's prototype. It is heavier than a standard rifle and somewhat unwieldy.
All we can do is retreat.
That's right. But we can at least grab, you know, continue punching crystals. And, you know, then just run away. Right. Was that it? Guess so. Let's get out of here then. Gotta crack my back like a million times. Dead royalist, that's not good.
Don't let them through! For the Queen!
Well, one just got greased.
Die and be judged.
Well, that was, you know, pointless. Alright, there's our shortcut. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the decoy. It's kind of cool. Oh, I should be punching these. Hang on. Man. Rear braces of protection? Rear braces? I don't know how that works, but whatevs. It's all good. Alright, nothing up that way. But there's more of these guys. Well... There you go. They have cool armor, though. They have really cool armor. And don't get torched. That's right. There you go, decoy. Just punch the crap out of him. Alright, so we have the quest just up ahead, save point right here. Watch out for that in the ground. And before we save, let's check out our other stuff. Okay, stamina attack up, armor and warding down, block up, Stamina attack up seem good. I'll equip those. Brogues, no. What about you? Let's see. Agility up. Attack down, but will up. Ooh. Wow, that's pretty good. Dynamo of life stealing. And this. You know, I think I'm going to go with this one. Will is awesome. Attack DPS dropped by 13. Ability DPS went up by... Holy crap, is that real? By 40? Alright. I have no problems with that. Alright, what about her? Nothing for that. Agility and block, no. Attack and block, or... Yeah, no. Vengeful, so block up, retribution up. I'm fine with what she's got. Let's save. And you do want to, because I think these are bosses or, ouch, other things. And they can be tough. As Knight Lieutenant. Oh, ouch. Okay, let's heal a little bit, and then, so that's good. And there's a lot of them, unfortunately. They all have some kind of buffing thing going down. You know, I really thought that would have hit him, but, there we go. Steadfast Heater Shield for Lucas. Okay. Mirror Leap. Oh, you know, I should put more into this. Reflects 10% of the damage he sustains. This damage reflection increases by 2% per rank. That's... Okay, so at max that, it's 20% of the damage, which is still decent. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Or... No, let's do this. Focus regeneration is good. And her... She does use Fall from the Heavens every once in a while. Alright, there we go. So I believe we can use the minecart, is what she said. And she kind of has to, because you don't go any farther.
Come away. The fuse is burning fast.
I honestly don't remember if it'll kill you or not, but it probably will. Alright. So now I believe... We'll just save over that one, why not? Now I believe there's more of them, and they do more damage. But that's fine. you know, it's like, it makes sense. You're trapping some of the gases. All right, we'll go back this way. We'll see if we can turn in that quest for the rifle. And oh, wrong attack. Whoa, what happened there? Okay. That was not what I wanted to do. Kinda, you know. Ouch. But that is pretty well bunched up, so that's good. And why am I getting hit? Oh, I'm stuck on this dude, and I was just taking damage. Now we'll use one of those, why not? One of our little... Ah, man. That's the only bad thing, is the camera sometimes is wonky. Oh, jeez. Whoa, camera. Whoa. So I have to say, Geometry of Annihilation, awesome. Really, really good. Good stuff. Cast it at people and just watch them fall. Empowered ability unlocked. There you go. I'm still going to use it a lot, though. Right. And honestly, those dudes are really intimidating. Giant armor kind of looks cool. And they're religious fanatics, so you know they're really, like, just crazy. Just really devoted to Jane, so no reasoning with them. Oh. Yep, so they've reached the Queen. Or just about. They're here in this main area. I can't go this other way, can I? No, not yet. Okay. That'll come. That'll come. For right now, let's turn in the rifle quest. And sell our extra stuff, I guess. And then we'll probably stop. Probably stop for today. I don't know. Yeah, I think another reason I mean, I don't know how much it contributed, but the Civil War reconciliation afterwards, the fact that Chamberlain, like, saluted General Lee when he accepted the surrender, like he had his whole company or battalion or whatever salute. That's I think that was a really good gesture. I'm not sure how much it mattered, but just the fact that he was like, hey, you're one of us. You're not, it's the Civil War. It's brother against brother. You're a human. You're not some monster.
We're back. I don't suppose you found the rifle.
I have it right here.
Lord Devonsey was right about you. I don't know how to thank you enough. Please, take these items. I'm sure you'll need them before you've seen the last of Jane Cassinda.
Woo. I don't know if I drank that too fast or what. Alright. Ooh. So we got some good stuff. Oh, let's check it out. Reinforced circlet. That's not, I don't think that's something he gave us. He gave us this. Ouch. Agility, attack, and will, though. That might be worth it. Critical hit is up, attack is up, and ability DPS goes up. Armor is down, so you become more of a glass cannon. But, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, ability DPS 212. From 144 to 212. That's pretty huge. Alright, what about her? Agni Resolve kind of sucks. Anjali is more of a... She has fire attacks, but she doesn't really seem to use them very well, for whatever reason. Let's, we'll switch to Katarina. And then equip... Really? That can't be... No, that's not it. Okay, she got something else. Double Barrel of Resolve, which kind of sucks. And there you go. Okay, let's sell some stuff. Alright. Agni Resolve. It sucks. It sucks. Obviously, I'm going to keep that. We'll get rid of these. Leggings of Rage. And... I don't know. I need Lucas to equip him and just kind of see what the deal is with all that stuff. And... we'll save over this, it's fine. Then, exit to the main menu. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. I really hope you're enjoying these episodes. If you haven't played Dungeon Siege 3, it's pretty awesome. I do recommend it. I mean, you know, wait for it to go on sale or something, and I think there's a bundle. I got all 3 on Steam, but I don't remember when or if I got it as part of a Humble Bundle or not. I just know I got it at a pretty decent price. Which is, you know, one of my recommendations, I suppose. You have a backlog, play that, and then once something you really want comes on sale, or, I mean, you know, you can always buy it full price if you really, really want it. Just be careful. There's so much of the... I wouldn't even call it patch culture, where it's just like, oh, we'll release the game in a, you know, broken state, and then we'll just patch it in later. Like, that's kind of BS. So there's nothing wrong with waiting and just playing some of your backlog and stuff and waiting till something you want drops in price. Especially if it's single player. If it's a multiplayer, well, yeah, understood. But anyway, what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? I'm losing my mind here. For me, I had I was walking through the grocery store and I saw it was in like the frozen food section, but it was like a gumbo. It was like some kind of southern gumbo with like chicken and crawfish and other stuff in it. Tastes pretty good. It's a lot like crawfish etouffee if you've ever had that. Pretty decent. You know, I stuck it in the oven for like an hour because stuff like that, it just tastes better in the oven for some reason rather than microwave. But anyway, that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.